Guess they won't be getting it to Jimmy Hayes. Oh, there he is. Now, you know guys named Jimmy Hayes are good hoop players, like myself. Dogs actually led at this point as they go inside to Tharron Shehee. Shows off the nice ups. A bit later, Donnell-Sini, the steal, behind the back dribble. Nice looking move. Ferris wins it 79-78. The Falcons now 3-1 to the NBA basketball.
In Philadelphia, high five to Alanis. Jason Lawson, the 6'10 center, scored 30 points, grabbed 24 boards in a win over Frankfurt. Lawson, number 42 in white, sends it in on the alley-oop. He's one of the best centers in the nation. Next, we'll go to the suburbs. A high five to Haverford High's Lindsey Manning. The junior guard scored 17 points in a win over Upper Darby. Manning was number 22 in white, fills in the lane on the break and gets the easy layup. She also chipped in with 6 steals in the 48-32 win. Next to South Jersey. High five to Shawnee's Kirk Luckman. The senior center scored 40 points and grabbed 21 rebounds in a win over Toms River East. Luckman, number 42 in blue, starts the break, then finishes it. He's already signed with Florida State for next year. Finally, to Delaware. A high five to Brandywine's Tharron Shehee. The junior swingman scored 25 points in a win over Concord. Shehee, number 32 in white. He fills the lane on the break and throws down the slam. And that's your Delaware Valley High School high fives. Now checking this week's top 10 poll.
Stage. This week's Channel 2 High School Athlete of the Week has been lighting it up at Brandywine High. This week's award goes to Brandywine basketball standout Tharron Shehee. Tharron scored 26 points as the unranked Bulldogs upset then second-ranked Glasgow 77-76 in overtime last weekend. Tharron says he wasn't convinced the Dogs would come out on top.
I thought it was going to be close, but I didn't know if it was going to go down to the wire like that, because the first time, they went in overtime. But we just hung in there. It was defense. That was the key.
Tharron possesses quite an array of offensive potential. He has one of the quickest first steps I've seen since Dexter was here, and that's who I keep telling him I compare him to. The thing I'm working on with Tharron is to get the mental discipline that Dexter had.
Dexter, of course, is Dexter Boney, the former Brandywine All-Stater who now stars at UNLV. Shehee has Boney-type potential, but he knows he's not there yet.
I don't say I'm on the same level, but Dex is real good. And I probably have the athletic ability, but I guess I don't have the mental skills that he has.
Tharron Shehee, this week's Channel 2 High School Athlete of the Week. The Bulldogs had lost 7 straight earlier in the season. Now they have a 5-game winning streak. Tharron is a big part of that. All right. Together. This was a matchup of 2 red-hot teams. The Colonials had won 9 straight going into last night's contest, while the Bulldogs had rattled off 5 wins in a row. Yo, little help. Little fella tracking down a loose ball and getting the game back underway. Cute little guy. Now this is Penn's Leonard Brown. Slides between 2 defenders here, drops in the one-hander. Brown had 13 on the night, but the Dogs hang in. This is Tharron Shehee and Channel 2's Athlete of the Week. It's 2 of his 15. Coach Tom Bunnell thinking, maybe we can pull this thing out. The Colonials had other ideas. Gary Lumpkin all alone in the corner. Spots up for 3. Gary, a game-high 22 points as William Penn rolls on 76-64. The Colonials now 16-1 this season. But with each game, they got a little bigger and a little scarier. It may just be time to call out the National Guard. These guys are getting out of control. Last night, the Mount won its 8th in a row. The 5th-ranked Green Knights posting a 30-point blowout over number 6 Newark. The Knights in white, Mike Bryson, inside to Tharron Shehee, back to Mike, who will step up for the deuce. Mike had 25, then Newark would cough it up. Freeman Williams, the ill-advised pass, Jerry Barnes the steal, and he grabs a handful of iron. Coach Tom DeStefano saying, hey, it's not that tough. Let's get a dunk for Tharron now, somewhere out there. And they get him one. Mike Bryson, the alley-oop, and a little showtime for Shehee. He had 16. Mount Pleasant wins a romp. The final, 94-64. Mount Pleasant can wrap up the conference title with a win over Glasgow tomorrow night. The college ought to be was played at Mount Pleasant last night. 2 good teams, 1 great game, and absolutely no trouble. Top-rated William Penn putting its unbeaten record on the line against the number 3 Green Knights. Jim Phillips and company 10-0 going in. They got tested big time. Knights in white, Jerry Barnes, the alley-oop to Tharron Shehee. The Mount by 4, and the crowd, well, they were digging it. Then in the fourth, Colonial's up by 4. It's Shehee again. Watch him get up. Tharron had 25, but Penn had an answer. Lenny Brown did most of his damage with free throws, but here he gets the basket and the foul. That put it away. Penn wins a squeaker, 71-70. Brown had 26. Channel 2 will air this game Sunday night at 8 o'clock. The college bat 9 and 12 last season. This year, however, boosted by a couple of transfers from Brandywine, the Mount is on the move. The Knights are currently ranked 3rd in the state. Last night, they upped their record to 10 and 2 with a home court win over Del Castle. Cougar coach Lou DiMaggio getting ready off with the jacket, couple of arm flaps to air out the pits. The Mount in white, Jerry Barnes over to Tharron Shehee. He bags 2 of his 26. Barnes and Shehee, the aforementioned transfers. Del Castle hangs tough. Ken Woodruff rolls up his sleeves and works the baseline, drops in 2 of his 18 quality shots. I don't know if you call it eye-popping. This one, however, is. Mike McCain goes inside to Mike Bryson. Going up. Bryson had 10. Lou DiMaggio says, hey, what can you do? The Knights win big, 86. One, Bueller. Jermaine Medley to Tharron Shehee. The jam and the foul. Shehee had 24. Christiana coach Ron Hollis not real pleased at this point. It only got worse for Christiana. Shehee just get out of his way. All 5 Mount starters in double figures. The Green Knights all over Christiana. The final 102-64. Let's turn our attention.
Dragons. At stake was the Flight A championship. The Green Knights could wrap up the title with a victory. But that's easier said than done when you have to play in the Dragons' lair. Glasgow head coach Don Heyman needed senior Corey Curtis to step it up last night. That's exactly what he did early on. Glasgow in white. Curtis eyes up the 3 ball, and he's going to fire from long range. It is good for 3 of his 19. Glasgow's other big gun last night was Teron Richardson. Watch him as he cleans up the miss by Antoine Heyman. Down the lane, bang with a follow. G-High led by 2 in the second quarter, but that was until Mount Pleasant coach Tommy DiStefano got his boys in gear. Jerry Barnes with the ball here. He'll drive off the glass. Nice move. Knights go up by 7 at the half, and Glasgow coach Don Heyman looking a bit concerned. He should be. The second half was all showtime for Mount Pleasant. We'll start with Tharron Shehee, the alley-oop. What a move there. Jerry Barnes, the very next possession, says, hey, Tharron, I can do that too. Boom! 30 points for Jerry Barnes on the night, but we save the best one for last. This one speaks for itself. Jerry Barnes to Tharron Shehee. The reverse. This one even left Hayes speechless. The exclamation point, Mount Pleasant beats Glasgow 76-60. They win Flight A. Now 18-3 overall. Glasgow falls to 10-7. Let's
Mount Pleasant home to 4th-ranked Salesianum. You talk about a red-hot squad. The Green Knights had won 10 straight going into this one, and Coach Tom DiStefano looking to keep that streak going, but Sal's ready to battle. Sal's in white, they find Tom Starbinski, and this kid's been on fire for him. Tom in 19, Knights too quick. The Knights in white, Barnes to Mike Bryson, then to Tharron Shehee. He knows how to finish. Tharron had 18, Mike Gallagher not pleased. Knights by 3 at the break, then Shehee. The nice look for Gary Washam. He lays in 2 of his game-high 20. Then it was time for the gravy. Jermaine Medley ahead of the field. The freshman gets the slam. The Knights were pumped. They win their 11th straight. They beat Salesianum 77-68. The Knights now 19-3. The girls hoops now.
Conference championship game. Jim Hayes soars in with the highlights next.
With the number 2 team, expectations for the game are understandably high. So it went last night as number 1 Wilmington called on number 2 Mount Pleasant with the Blue Hen Conference Championship on the line. This, however, was a contest that more than lived up to its billing. It might have been the best game of the year. Those weren't raindrops falling from the sky. They were size 14 Reeboks. This game was played above the rim. Mount Pleasant white, Jerry Barnes to Mike Bryson. Get out of his way. He had 22. Then Wilmington's turn. Andre Cassidy, the whip pass to Rob Turner, and he demonstrates his vertical capabilities. He had 18. The crowd in a feeding frenzy, but there's plenty more. Tharron Shehee, he had 28 points. Look at this tomahawk job. Nearly tears down the rim. As spectacular as that was, check this out. Cassidy to Turner, the alley-oop. Turner jumps over Gary Washam. Doesn't get much better than that. Red Devils led by 7 at the intermission, and we go to the third. Not a lot of defense in this one, but watch Stephen Woodruff sends Gary Washam a rejection letter, and he does it with authority. Dean Thompson says, enough defense, let's get the O cranking again. Woodruff says he got it, Coach. Stefan will knock down the J. He had a team-high 23. Wilmington stays #1. They beat Mount Pleasant 84-80. The Devils improved to 20-4. The girls